if everyone wants to.
Hey guys, welcome to RoundHaus.
I feel like it should be like, hi guys.
Why is that a Chavo thing? That seems like something El Chavo would do. Something on the show like.
I picture Hannibal Lecter actually.
Oh, you're right. Why did I think El Chavo? No, because I think of Chavo go like.
Yep.
El Chavo, since we're behind the scenes recording, is an old show.
Are we recording?
Oh yeah, they both should be recording. It's an old show that we all, at least I grew up watching a little bit with my family, like a Mexican. I don't know what to call it. What is it?
He's a superhero. Oh no. Yep. Yeah, you're right. He plays, I think, a kid from like the barrio or something like that.
Yeah. Which essentially is slums as fuck. But it's a comedy show that I just grew up watching as a kid, and it's still fucking hilarious.
It's gold.
I fucking love it. Netflix.
If you can speak Spanish and you understand it well, like
dude,
I would recommend
comedic
it.
Gold. Yeah, that's just comedic gold. That's what's fucking hilarious. My pen.
Shout out to Arman listening.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Arman tells me
Nephew
that.
listens. Technically, what is he? My second nephew? I always get confused.
I have no idea, dude.
Yeah, whenever it gets to like technically him being a nephew or something, there was like, oh, so he's related to me, but
he's related, but I don't know. Because he's related through Juanito.
Yeah, Juanito. Shit, I remember Juanito, the meanest mugging one of your siblings.
Oh, he's a Care Bear.
Oh, I know he is. It's just he's always got like the meanest mug by default. If I had to put all your siblings in line, he's the one who I'd assume is like, he's the one who you don't want to talk to.
I bet you'd like to hear that being told about him too. He's like, I'm badass.
I bet you the tattoos are another reason why I got him when he's younger. He's like, you know what, he looked intimidating because he did as a kid. Because I grew up a lot in your parents' house.
Yeah, dude. I mean, school. And then, back and forth.
Yeah, because I'll get into that right now. But all right, let's start this podcast today. So today, again, is just going to be me and Precy, or Precy and I, because, we're the only cool ones.
Hi, guys. It's me again. Precy, your friendly neighborhood Precy.
Yes, we only have the one. I don't really know of any other Percy, but you're really Prisciliano, but still, I don't know any other one. Besides that, I was told recently that somebody said Christian is a common name, but have you ever run into another Christian? Like, not religious.
I think, name. Okay, it's not that common. Like, I ran into maybe two more at most.
I was going to say, I haven't really on open water. Yeah.
But no, I'd say you're the only one really I know, and it's hard to call you Christian. Yeah. I call you Christian.
Oh, yeah.
And like when I hear that, I mean, obviously it's, but at first, at first I kept on calling you Christian. Eventually, people understood who I was talking about.
Yeah. I get occasionally I have some friend groups who call me Kian for some reason. Like Key.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, dude.
I didn't notice that. And they're like, hey, Kian. I was like, all right.
Cousin Abi, him too. I only called him Abi because he went to my school for some time.
Oh, that's right. His name is Abraham.
But yeah. No one knew who I was talking about for like a couple weeks.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, that would not make sense too, because Abraham and then
Chito, obviously.
Chito
his name was Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Chito's
or they were like Jesus.
Yeah, Chito's always the one that I was confused about because it didn't make sense.
To be fair, I never called Chito by Jesus.
Same. I mean, we do it as a joke now, like, all right, Jesus.
Yeah,
like, we say that.
Yeah, but we say Jesus.
Yeah, we say Jesus.
Not
we never
Jesus.
do Jesus. Like, technically, it's.
So.
I keep forgetting that. His name is Jesus. But
so
like,
Chito it is, and this is funny, dude. Yeah, man, good stuff, man. Yeah. Always reminiscing is always good.
Oh, dude, that's all we're gonna get now that we're older. But anyways, this is episode 12, so there's a little whatever starts somewhere here. Happy we were able to stop by. Everyone else was too busy being bitches. Yeah, I said it.
And real quick, because we're recording as of today, it is not yet the 4th, so happy 4th of July.
That's true.
For everyone who is listening. Hope you guys have a safe weekend, have fun. We can't wait. I know we're not going to be able to get together, all of us.
Nope.
But I hope everyone has a good weekend, man.
Same. Yep. Everyone be safe. Be as less stupid and have as much fun as you can have it.
How was your week?
It's been all right. It was nice. This week went by fast because I got to work from home, like I mentioned last week, which is poor me.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
It was nice. I was actually playing quite. Oh yeah, I sent you guys a message too. I was like playing games and doing stuff. But even then, I was still being a little lazy. I should have done more video editing. And my like last day at work, I was trying to do video editing because it was like dead at work.
Yeah.
That's when I realized actually I came to the conclusion I needed a new chair, like office chair. I have all the furniture we're using for these podcasts is just stuff I've had, but I have 2 office chairs that one of them I got as a gift it was a free chair for my old job. It was like worth almost $200, but they're like,
wow.
I was like, all right. Apparently they had a whole factory of them, but they didn't like the design, so they're like, well, anyone want a chair? You can take 2. So I took 2. One of them I gave to my dad, didn't realize it was defective, so I feel bad. He hasn't used it. And then this one I've had since like 2012. So it's done its time.
Yeah, you put enough miles on it, man.
Yeah, I have.
It's time for change.
Yeah, that thing is now bad for my back. It's squeaky as shit. Like, you ever sneak in your house when you were younger, when you still live with your parents? You're like, all right, I want something from the fridge. But I know that the floor will just like...
Were they not giving you enough food, Christian?
Oh, that's the opposite. They had to keep me away from it. I was a little chubby kid. Remember, I was like Winnie the Pooh. You couldn't. I was
dude.
Monica.
I think we all were that, dude.
I don't know. I think of every one of us growing up, I was the fat kid. Like I think I was out of most of our groups. Yeah, I was the really big chubby one. So now I'm a little buff. A little buff. Not still tub there, but
He said a little.
Yeah.
Calm now.
fucking. I was.
All right. Question. And I just heard about this. Internet Explorer is officially shutting down.
Oh, dude,
It's shut down?
Yeah, it's shut down. Actually, thank God for my
Yeah.
job. For me personally, like, it's,
So what's that about?
Well, it's just because it's like imagine they saying, all right, we're gonna stop making DVDs. Blu-ray is still gonna be a thing, CDs is still gonna be a thing, but we're just gonna stop making DVDs. It's kind of like that. Internet Explorer is just one of the first browsers that ever came out there. I don't know the exact history. I just can tell you how it kind of like affects my career.
Okay.
Essentially, just because my job, we have Internet Explorer by default on all of our laptops and computers on the campus. So people get new computers. So say you're from, I don't know, marketing. We got you a new computer. All right, it's going to load all the stuff you need, at least by default. And we're going to let you download anything extra. But by default, Internet Explorer has always been on there. And it's been super annoying because nobody uses that shit.
Yeah.
Chrome, like even you,
No, we don't use it. We don't use it.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm sure you might even recognize
we're not
the
using
icon.
it now anymore.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I was going to say, I'm not sure you recognize the icon, but you've always been like Chrome or anything else. So for some reason, Internet Explorer was just there. And they just finally
When did it become public, Like,
Oh, public? Oh, Lord. You're asking somebody who has Google in front of them. My phone's died. My phone's dead. I'm charging it.
Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, it's been a hot minute. That was the first. That was like one of the first. I know it wasn't the first. It was...
I remember AOL.
Oh, shit. That might have been the first. I can't confirm that. But that is... As far as OG Internet Explorer, and AOL are, I think, the top. Like, they were there. Both of them, unfortunately, died now. Internet Explorer is now dead.
1995, August 16th, apparently. That seems like it's way earlier than what I was thinking.
Dude, that is early. Actually, you know what? Internet was out then, I think. It's just it wasn't as super consumer-friendly.
1.0.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Internet Explorer is such a piece of shit, though. But I had so many memories on it. Like, actually, in my current living room, because I'm in my childhood home, I remember downloading like torrents off there for like
videos
Linkin
too?
Park. Yeah, I was like, I remember once I figured out that I could put like CDs or make custom CDs. I was like, are you serious? This CD here from Office Max can hold like 1,000 songs? Oh my god!
That's how I was with Microsoft Media Player.
Yep, that was where we did it. My dad made me do a little.
It was awesome. The technology at the time. I remember when I first saw. Even a DVD played on a lap or on a computer, not a laptop. I was blown away because up until then it was obviously DVD.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah.
I think it was my brother. He put in XMen, the first one.
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
Dude, I was just watching over. Yes.
You all right there, sir?
Sorry, I'm hitting a pen. I'm dying. No, X-Men, actually, I really wanted to watch the first one. That was a good one.
It's a cult classic, man.
2002, I think, is when it came out. The reason I say that, and I might be accurate, is because I just saw Watch Mojo of like top 10 like 20 non-MCU movies or Marvel whatever stuff like ranked good from bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, X-Men was up there. X-Men 2 though, still the best.
I agree.
Well, okay, it was the best of that trilogy, but Logan tops them all. Tops them all.
Logan for me is still my favorite Marvel movie in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even more than Deadpool.
Yep. I can. Yeah.
But X-Men 2 of that whole series, I liked what was the very last one where they reset everything? Not the last.
Okay. That might not be the last one. So okay, describe the movie? Because I know.
So they keep going back in time, and
Days of Future Past. That was
Days of Future Past. I feel like that one went under the radar a little bit.
Oh no, bro! That was at this point. I mean, it didn't go under the radar because that one went so well that they kind of killed the franchise by trying to make more.
Yes. I mean, I remember a scene. I believe it was the first one. Spoiler, where they're being chased by these. What are these little mechs? Androids.
Oh, sentries. No, it's not sentries. Sentinels.
Sentinels, yes. The design was different. I remember the ones I relate more to the ones in the series, in the animated series, the ones you would see. I used to have a toy. So awesome. So awesome. But anyways, the scene starts off with mutants being chased down, hunted down by these robots, and they just overpower them in every way. I remember seeing a guy. I think he was like his abilities were fire. He tried like lighting himself up so hard, like
they were fire based. It wasn't just he was a cool guy. Where it's like, yeah, that's fire, that's fire, bro.
And the robot kind of just like didn't care.
No, dude, those Sentinels honestly were they're the equivalent of going back to anime, Dragon Ball Z, the Future Saga, or like with the androids. Essentially, that's who they became. I mean, granted, in this one, they're more lethal because they became like they could adapt to any power. So, you have ice ability? Just become fire.
That's how I feel about Android Cooler.
Yes.
He adapted.
Yeah.
You remember he eventually started taking on both Super Saiyans?
Bro. And that wasn't even his body.
And he was just like, that wasn't even his fourth one.
No, that wasn't. No,
can you imagine?
Up? Yeah, he never got that other form. But I mean, they also
got the fourth form in the first. Oh, yeah, he did. He reached it. It's cool. It's a cool mask. You remember? And he gets he becomes like 7 or 12 feet tall.
I think that's got to be the coolest transformation. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a millisecond and really think about the entirety of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Super.
Yeah.
That might be the coolest transformation out of anything that's come out of that.
Both protagonist and antagonist.
As far as antagonists, because I'm thinking some of those super like Ultra Instinct is up there. Like that one revolutionized.
Yeah, you know what? That transformation is cool because it comes right after like the start of a badass fight. I remember when Goku just like punched through a rock, and punched him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I would say for me, if we're talking about Dragon Ball Z, Gohan when he goes Super Saiyan 2. That's my all-time favorite.
Jesus, and I'm a Gohan fan. Oh, that's like...
Because, it's Super Saiyan 2, but you got to think about the time,
It's that iconic, the look, the time, the way everything was set so fucking well for that one.
And we can talk about Dragon Ball Z on another time. Because, honestly, guys, we can go on forever.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to watch the movie. I am doing my best to avoid all the spoilers.
Something happened for me. I fucked. Well, I didn't unsubscribe to a channel, but you're right. Good for you, because something might have. I really hope it was fan art.
Okay, so right at this point, it's hard to avoid anything at all. So I'm leaning more towards the side that I'm just gonna pretend like
you didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything, and it might mean nothing. It could be just fan art shit.
Yeah,
or
I'm
fan
hoping
stuff,
that was what I saw.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But it's coming out. I don't know when.
They delayed it because it got hacked.
Yeah, I know all that stuff. It's. We'll talk about it one day.
I think it's August now. I think they just. I think I saw something.
I'm gonna have to make time to go see it.
Definitely.
We should go.
Hell yeah! I was gonna say, I can't think of anybody else who would also be interested, but yeah, we should fucking go. Didn't we go see Broly together?
Oh yeah, yes, because we saw. We saw Vegeta go Super Saiyan God finally.
I did laugh and I did cringe a little bit in my seat when I saw it, because again, I wanted to love it 100%, but the fanboy in me just couldn't yell at the part where they were going, Gogeta.
Oh,
Gogeta. Yes. I was like, the fanboy in me was like, all right. I was like,
We could have done without that.
That part was the only thing that ruined it, and I hate it because that part showed up at like the best.
What if you've seen the movie now? Would you ever go as far as to just mute it and play your own music?
Oh, dude, that's As after the whole Cooler thing where they did Deftones Change showed up in there. I was gonna say after that has got to be like my hidden obsession that I want more anime movies or anime things in general to just kind of like. If I could get a version,
you know what they were doing? It seemed they were doing more rock bands.
Oh,
rock bands like that, like metal. Like the Deftones.
The movie came out in the '90s, and then when it got released into America, I think it was also the '90s, and they were on
another good one with good music is Lord Slug. Good villain.
Never seen. I've seen the ending fight.
Yeah.
That one. That
You
one
need
was
to
a
see
skip.
it.
Yeah, I saw like the very last.
There's a hidden. It's non-canon, and
none of it's canon.
And I won't like ruin it for you for when you do see it. But something about Goku.
I know he goes Super Saiyan, like hints of Super Saiyan in there. Like that was like the first.
So it's
whiff of it.
You gotta watch it though, because like the villain, Lord
yeah.
Slug, he plays. I mean, it's a villain, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad actually.
He's not a very memorable villain, but to be fair, it's still a good movie as well.
Concept, a Namekian. We liked King Piccolo. I loved King Piccolo.
Hell yeah, that's a Dragon Ball villain. Honestly, I think this year or last year I rewatched Dragon Ball. I think. You and Nicole were the reason I actually did that.
You know what's funny too? Like because I felt like she needed to have the full effect of watching Superman the way I watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her what would happen to Krillin the first time.
Oh, you
so
did.
Like I didn't know the episode when it was gonna come by until like I was like, oh okay, it's this episode. So it happened, and then it was such a crazy moment for her. She was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Babe, yeah." She was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "You had to feel the pain.
Yeah,
you had to feel the pain."
Granted, in Dragon Ball, by the time I watched it, I had already found out that death was kind of like a play thing at that point.
You know what it was? It was when they were at dinner and Goku got that feeling and he just ran. He just ran. He's like, no explanation. He just ran.
That is exactly why I realized Dragon Ball was better. Was just like story-wise. It's the best the franchise has ever been, and I really hate to say
it's not Dragon Ball Z, man.
No, it's
you
not.
Can't compare it to that.
No, Dragon Ball Z suddenly became like a whole different. It became sort of like a spin-off, and now if I look back at it, even though it's a continuation, it just felt like a spin-off that kind of became more mainstream.
Yeah, dude. Hey, quick question. Also, have you ever seen all of the DC?
Animated movies?
No, right, but which one was the one with the Flashpoint paradox? The one that set them all off.
I think that was the exact one you just.
There's so many of them. It's not just those.
Yeah, no. I think, but that's the exact movie. It was called Flashpoint Paradox.
It was the Flashpoint paradox.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Oh fuck!
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah. Maybe I missed a couple of them because I think some Batman ones were kind of getting a little meh.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
But yes, I've seen the ones that mattered and the end of the Flashpoint Paradox timeline.
Correct. I was gonna say I really like the movie Constantine, City of Demons. You
ever
seen
that one? Was a fucking
that one's
gem.
Really dark.
Way darker than I expected it to be.
I told my coworker about it. I was like, because he's more into like anime. He's never really seen DC, so I knew I kind of had a feeling that he might like these movies. I was like, watch all these, and like he's gonna let me know. But like I told him, like the City of Demons one, that one goes. It's so wrong. It's bad.
Darker than
But it's a good movie.
Hell yeah. It just wasn't what I was expecting as far as dark. Like, what was another movie that ended up going way harder than I thought? Oh, Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Yeah, and listen where I say that. The racism kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You've seen Zootopia? No way you haven't seen Zootopia.
I didn't pay attention to it, to be honest with you.
Rewatch it again, but like, oh, and you have a pen. Yeah, rewatch it again, but actually like kind of see the subliminal, the themes.
Yeah.
Which essentially is racism and segregation, because of the whole fact that there's I might be butchering all these words. The carnivores and the herbivores. So essentially meat eaters and non-meat eaters.
Okay.
That sort of created a racism and a political culture in that movie.
Wait. You're saying, you say carnivores and non-carnivores, so like leaf eaters?
Yeah. So meat eaters and leaf eaters. So essentially, again, in this society, everyone is like us. Like we're just, able to do it. But, you say you're a lion and I'm a lamb. By default, if we were not in this society world, you would be eating me right now. In Zootopia world, but obviously, in that place, carnivores can't do that type of stuff. It's murder. It's a whole legal system, stuff like that. But that theme that was brought up in Zootopia, and I was like, what the fuck? This is a Disney movie. But I was like,
You see a lot of this, and it's not just that movie. You see it, dude. You see it in all these movies.
yeah,
All
it's just that
these
one
movies.
that was the one where I saw it and I was like, holy shit, that was deeper than I expected, and it was good. But that was just like that one movie you noticed where one movie we were just talking about. You said it was really dark. Oh, the Constantine movie.
That's
Again,
way different.
That's what I said. It was just you watch it, but you've seen all the other movies beforehand, like an idea of what you're getting. But then all of a sudden, Constantine's like, Spawn?
So I
Really dark?
right, Zootopia. I haven't seen it,
Rewatch it. See what you think. Actually, pay
but
attention
I
to
don't
the
know.
story.
Like,
Rewatch it. See the political statement. Like, see
what
how,
I was gonna say is right. What I was gonna say is that like, I don't know if it's like Constantine.
Oh no! I meant like the movie went deeper than you expected it. Like you went onto it with a base idea of like, okay, it's gonna be an animated adventure. It's gonna have action, maybe some like darkness. But City of Darkness went extra fucking dark. Like back to Spawn days in the 90s. Like we were just talking about the last one. It went to that dark level of like, holy shit. And the last movie that came out was probably some like Superman versus the Five Justice People or something like something like
you know
very
what, though?
very Justice
Even
League.
the very last one, I think it was Apocalypse. That
Yeah.
one was. I think
That one was dark
someone
as
can
fuck.
argue that one was worse.
Yeah.
The way it was.
I think it was.
You know.
It felt like a sequel to Constantine a little bit.
So Constantine was actually. I looked it up. The order should have. Theoretically, is Constantine is before even the Flashpoint Paradox, or I think right after the first movie after the Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, that would make sense.
And
when
then
it was
later
released,
on in
yeah.
the middle, City of Demons, because you remember the original one.
Wait, so the City of Demons wasn't right after Flashpoint Paradox?
No. The first there was 2 Constantine movies.
Was there? I know he was a Constantine show. I didn't know. I thought there was only one Constantine movie.
Oh no, I'm talking about those movies, but
I didn't know he made 2 movies. I thought City of Darkness was the only movie Constantine had.
you might be right.
I mean, that's the only. I stopped watching the animated movies for a while, but that's the one I remember. Him having a solo flick for the first time. He was in Justice League Dark.
I think that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Justice League Dark, which was that one. It's hard to tell if that was before the City of Demons because that's a standalone Constantine story, so you can really put that wherever. Like you can put it beforehand, you can put it afterwards, because he's still an asshole in both.
Yeah, dude.
He's a good character. He's a good character.
Have you gone skateboarding at all yet?
No, actually, I was just talking about that with because I had to empty out my car and my longboards in there. I don't know if I care to skateboard anymore. Well, I didn't. I longboarded. I have a longboard, and so it is skating, but it's a different style, so I won't say it's the same. But my board's already unique, and I'm positive you've probably forgotten this.
Are you like
8 wheels.
there are many boards like it, but this one is mine?
There's not a lot of boards like it. If you just heard what I said, there's 8 wheels on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's designed to go downstairs. Like literally, if you want to skate downstairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got like a spring
sounds
system.
cool.
It does until I just realized the one element I'm missing is the courage. Because I'm like, I was on a railing when I first got it, and I was like, all right, let me hold it. Yeah, I'm holding the railing. I'm already halfway off the board. There's no way to stay on the middle of the board while trying to like hold on to a railing at the park. So I'm either in it or I'm not in it. I have yet to be in it. And now that I've gotten older and I haven't skated in a minute, I was like, yeah.
Is it like riding a bicycle?
Longboarding is fine, but like that function is why I got that one. No, I'm not going to do it down the stairs. But yes, it is like riding a bicycle.
Dude, I just rode my bicycle. We went camping last.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, you went biking for like a few days, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only reason is I just edited the podcast, so that's why I remember back.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so all of our conversations last time were like, yeah, that was just yesterday. Oh wait, no, that wasn't yesterday.
Dude, yeah, I know. Anyway, good times, man. Felt good. The wind.
Yeah, we're supposed to be going tomorrow to our your thing. That's one thing that always sucks about cool plans or fun plans is shipping of items. I forget. This is an adult problem for sure. So today I was supposed to go somewhere, but I told you I was going to order a computer chair. I assumed it would arrive in maybe a week. Like I placed the order in actually yesterday. So I was like, all right, so it'll be a few days, maybe a week. It's a bigger thing. It said it was arriving today. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't pay for any extra shipping. So I was like, all right. But it said it for like, even this morning it said, I'm like, shit, I got to be here because it also said there's no signature required. And I'm like, so they're just gonna leave it at my house? Like, I had pillows stolen this year, so I don't want to leave a very expensive chair and then have to deal with the whole. I'm like, okay, so I didn't go. It got pushed to tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm like, so now I'm seeing if Jonathan can maybe see it or what's going on, but because I'm like, I hate it because once I never
Do you have
thought
cameras?
this would be. I don't, not yet. Thank you for making me say that out loud on the podcast. Yeah, I don't have cameras in my house. Come on in, guys. I like to sleep naked too.
He's got booby traps though. Did you ever see Home Alone?
I have paint buckets everywhere. His
Mom is like, Christian!
That's why I make sure I have creaky floors everywhere so I know, and they're distinct. Like, oh, that creak came from the kitchen. That one's from the living room. That one's in my bedroom. The call's coming from inside the house.
Sounds like your house is haunted, man.
Technically, my last place was, so have fun with that, Jonathan. Just because the only reason that place became available is the last resident passed away in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, between the bathroom and the bedroom, Jonathan. You see that stain right there? That's where your soul fits.
I thought that was something else.
No, and that was actually pretty tragic over there. She was a cool lady. I knew her forever, Bernie. Rest in peace, Bernie. But super awesome lady. Just when my parents bought this house, she was already there, so she just kind of like still stayed there until she passed away eventually on her own. She just refused to go into assisted living, which is honestly I think what messed her up.
Okay.
She was very stubborn, but she was also a nurse forever, so that's probably why she was stubborn. Like, I don't want to get taken care of because I know what we do, I guess. And yeah, one day she collapsed, fell, hurt herself, and nobody was there, and unfortunately, yeah, passed away. It's unfortunate, but I mean, she knew what she was gonna do or what was gonna happen when she chose to live by herself. When apparently it was definitely brought up multiple years. You should go into assisted living.
Okay.
Cool lady though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, should be a good weekend, dude.
Definitely the good weekend. Yeah, nice.
No, I'm just looking at the bright side, you know. That's going to be a good weekend, I feel.
That's good. I know tomorrow's not the 4th of July. It's July 3rd. 4th of July is Monday. Do you have any actual plans on 4th of July?
Yeah, I think we're going to get together still, you know.
Like
as
and
a family. Well, it's not official like what we're entirely gonna do, but I know we're gonna make at least one stop.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know?
So yeah, I was gonna say because now all your siblings now have mini families now. So at this point,
it's all over the place.
It was so much easier when we were kids, obviously, because then we're all like, yeah, we just go to one family's house. But now I got families.
When is the last time you gone to the movie theaters?
Bro, I saw Top Gun.
Okay.
I'm the guy who goes to see theaters.
So I'm glad you brought that up because, all right, now I kind of want to see it. You know, I haven't seen it.
It's getting a lot of hype. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I was like, I thought it was a good movie, but I didn't think it was like, damn, that good.
On the next podcast, because it's not streaming yet, is it?
No, not yet. I mean, I don't think you have anything it would be streaming on. I would assume that type of movie would probably be on like Paramount.
That's true.
And I don't think you have Paramount, right?
No.
Yeah, Reggie does.
I should ask him if he likes it.
I did ask him, but to be fair, I think I just looked at the catalog because you can see what's on there already right now and just kind of see if it's worth it.
Okay, some of it seems attractive because I feel like there's some games that I can't watch, but they're on there.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. That's the only thing I care about.
Oh wait,
right?
like they have sporting games?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, that would be appealing. Kind of how like HBO or not HBO, Disney Plus has like Discovery.
Yeah, they do.
They have that like other niche type thing where if Paramount Plus has sports, oh shit. That I was gonna say, I'm like, what? I don't know.
I have a crazy theory. Maybe it's not so crazy.
Go on. Let's hear it.
All right. I feel like cable, like not basic, but digital.
Just kidding.
No, not that guy.
Okay, just go cable again. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just saw Deadpool again. No, that's what I thought. All right, cable.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna make a comeback, man.
Essentially, is what Netflix is becoming. Have you been hearing that like complaint? People have been doing online that like Netflix is kind of now they're limiting who you can share passwords with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're cracking down on that. Somehow. I don't know how they're doing it, but apparently they're going to do it. And the prices might go up again.
Okay, and we could talk about that, but I feel like with cable though, like I feel like it's gonna gravitate more towards like people who just want to get something that has most of what everything else has. If there can be such a thing, you know, and I wonder if that would ever be cable. Would that be crazy to think?
No, it's not crazy.
Because people like there is a market I feel for people that are just tired of having all the streaming services.
Yeah, well, there's an app to like kill all the apps.
Okay, right, and if I only had one of them, the chances of me watching everything on
Netflix
there
alone, like
I'm never gonna do that.
If you only had
I
Netflix,
waste more time probably searching. So if there was something like that, you know,
it's a weird problem that we learned in this century.
You can't argue. Like, you can't. I mean, if you're arguing about the cost now, like now you have so many subscriptions, right? And that's adding up more. I have that.
I had to cancel a couple of them. I only have Disney Plus.
That's another reason I feel like the price would be better.
Yeah, I was like, I had Disney Plus, but I have to have that with my phone plan. It just can't. It comes with it, so that's why I have that. That's not going away. It was a promotion. I pay for Netflix, and I used to pay for Crunchyroll, just because I fucking love it, but I haven't. I canceled that. Canceled my HBO Max because you're right. All these subscriptions were like adding up, and I'm like, I don't watch enough of this. I have watched all of One Piece back to anime, which is over 1,000 episodes. But my brother has a subscription to Funimation, so I was using the shit out of that app for ever. But
yeah, I mean, did you watch all of the animes on that show too?
No. Oh, at least on that show.
On that Funimation platform.
No.
Yep.
That's why I said like you're right, but I mean. You're right on that. We have too much options, and honestly, that's what I kind of think is we have a currency that people don't realize is that time.
And what I'm saying is that that's not going to appeal to everyone, but there is a market I feel for those type of people. You know, that's why I feel like it might have a comeback. Just like how do you feel like the '90s is making a comeback now too?
Yeah, because it's the new '80s. Remember how we used to watch always the '80s type shit, and like I'm always like, hey, I remember that.
I noticed it when we went to the mall. It was like a couple months back, and I was looking at the clothes, and I reference to the last episode where we talked about Friends. I feel like I saw a lot of clothing from there, and I was like, babe, I think the '90s are coming back.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, it's becoming what the '80s were for us. Since we were the '90s kids, the '80s sometimes when we was like, hey, '80s is coming back, and then but now that's also I'm realizing that's how I know I'm getting old when the '90s comes the new '80s like. Fuck! I knew it was gonna happen because it's gonna happen the same thing too. Like
2000s, man.
Yes,
2000s
I was gonna say.
Be next.
I can't wait to talk to my nephew, who's again he's turning 20 this year.
The
and I'm like,
2010s were awesome too,
dude. That's why I said I'm like, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how I'm seeing the game, but yet it hasn't really changed. It didn't change. It's the same thing from when people were in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s. That's why I laugh. I'm like, yet it's like it's always new, but it's not new at the same time.
Some people say it's all done intentionally though.
Yeah, we're in a matrix.
Some sort of cultural resets all the time.
We're in a reset.
You know?
Perfect timing, like 2020, COVID hit right at 2020. I don't know.
Yeah,
suspicious.
that was...
Theory!
Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly. But, no, yeah, that's, damn, that's the kind of thing. Oh, fuck, what else? Oh, one other thing, hopefully that chair does arrive tomorrow, because I really look forward to it. It's a budget-friendly but nice, cool chair. I think you're going to like it. Yeah, it's so the unappealing part of it is that it looks like a gaming chair, and those have a reputation for not being comfortable, just because they're like, oh, they're gaming chair.
Are they like squarish?
Kinda, but the thing is, I would totally buy a legit office chair that's like always recommended 1,000%. However, it costs probably more than my first car. Most of the time, they're usually $1,500 and above. Yes, that's what surprises me. Those chairs that you see like that. Say you go to a waiting room or like a doctor's office. God. Yeah, those chairs, I looked them up. I'm like, why is there a price tag of $1,600 on that half a chair? Yet these other, like I when I started looking at chairs, I was like, holy shit, was I unaware of this price thing? So this chair is only about $500, and it's got decent reviews. It's called Secret Lab. It's a brand, and it's got a good reviews for honestly. Very comfortable for the price that you get it at. Think of it as an Xbox.
Yeah.
As opposed to say, oh, well, it's not as good as my $2,000 gaming computer. I got like a 3080 and
okay,
like
Todd.
no bitches. No, but yeah, it's essentially it's the Xbox of chairs, which I was like, I needed something better. Like I said, I got a free chair for about 12 years now at this point. I'm like, you know what? Let me take a little time investment, and I can't wait for it. It's got Joker design too.
Can I see it? Do you have an image?
Yes. Let me look it up right now. But yeah, Secret Labs Joker chair. They're not sponsored because we're not that cool yet to get sponsored. But I can't wait for that chair to show up. I don't want to get robbed tomorrow, so that's why I'm like, fuck. Of course.
Yeah, whatever happens, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hopefully. And because I really want that chair. I was really sad when they took my...
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I don't know what movie I want to watch next, you know, dude.
There's nothing... Oh, Thor. Dude, that's the next one that's coming out.
That is right,
that's
Thor.
The next one
oh, dude,
out.
I made the mistake of watching the trailer.
You fucking...
And I think... I never do that, but I just did it this one time.
Why did you do that, you goon? Why did you do that?
Yeah. So that sucks.
How did you? How? I don't know why you did that.
But I'm still. Yeah. I liked the last Thor.
Yeah.
It was good. It was okay.
You know what's funny? I saw so the memes have been hilarious for that. Have you seen Ryan Gosling as the new male Barbie, Ken? Like he's on Twitter, like they're filming it. So he looks like a goddamn highlighter. So it's hilarious. But do you remember his old movie, Cyberpunk? It wasn't Cyberpunk. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did.
What's his name?
It's called. Just look up Barbie movie and Ryan Gosling. You'll see him. But so they had a funny meme where they said the first 2 Thor movies were, he's the Ken doll. He's a Ken doll. Yeah, that's the Ken doll. He's Ken.
Wow.
And Harley Quinn is Barbie.
That looks kind of creepy, man.
Yeah, it's going to be very creepy. That's why I can't wait to kind of not see it, but I might see it out of like hilarity. Anyways, so the meme is they showed him. They said the first 2 Thor movies were Blade Runner, Ryan Gosling. They said like that's Thor 1 and 2. And then they said Thor 3 and 4 is that Ken doll version of Ryan Gosling where it's like super colorful and super fucking hilarious. Because if you do watch the first 2 Thor movies, they are depressing as far as like tone wise. But oh, he died. He died over there.
Oh man.
Oh, he died. But the last 2 there's Ken doll and Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder are the
you know,
the
I thought I heard that they were making a Barbie movie with Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Oh, this chair looks nice.
Yeah. It did cost a little bit more because of the design, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
How much was it again?
I think $560.
$594.
Oh, that's the 2020 version.
That's cool though, man.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? They had a Batman one, but I could have just gotten her a basic chair. And I was like, you know what? I like Joker more. I like the Joker more. Even granted, I would not like to meet the Joker, but he's still cool. It's like having a favorite character.
What do you think? What do you think about the? Did we talk about what we think about the new Joker? The one they teased in the latest Batman movie. Spoiler alert.
No, we didn't actually, but I don't know. That one's a hit or miss, honestly, because I need to see more of him. Like,
have you seen his face?
Yeah, I've seen the face. That's why I'm like, I need to see more of him and what he does, because not a lot of people liked Heath Ledger at first, but they turned around to him. So that's where I'm like, before I make any heavy assumptions based on visual thing, because my brother also, when the first Dark Knight trailer showed up, he was like, dude, they ruined Joker. His exact words. They ruined it. They ruined it. They ruined it. And then I couldn't wait to get home and be like, I told you so, bitch. Told you so, bitch. Told you so. And so that's what I said. After that, as far as that role in particular, even Joaquin Phoenix, I was like, hit or miss.
I thought he was going to do good, actually.
Well, I didn't say he was bad. No, he was good. Joaquin Phoenix
he ended up actually knocking that out of the park.
Yeah, that's what I said. And it wasn't the same Joker, so that's why I'm like, you know what? I will trust what they give me. The only one that kind of failed is the Suicide Squad one because of how he was written. Oh, yeah. It's just how he was written. I think Jared Leto, psychotic as he is as an actual person, I think he could have been a good Joker if he had better material, because the Justice League's little snippet with him in there was cool. It was creepy. That's why I'm like, if I had gotten that as a movie or even more of it, maybe. But the new one, I'm excited for. He looks creepy. I don't know. The Riddler was a badass. I was too focused on everyone else in that movie, so I can't make a good assumption.
I seen that actor before. He came out in the movie Crap.
The movie was crap.
What was the movie where this kid he starts to date an ex porn star? Girl Next Door. Girl Next Door.
Holy shit! I
He was
remember
one
that
of the- he was-
trailer.
yep, the
No, I
Rid-
remember the movie, but I never saw it. But
Oh
damn.
yeah, the Riddler in this latest Batman film was one of the main characters in that one, and I was like, that's where I've seen you.
Oh, that's right.
He was
Actually,
yeah.
he was a comedic actor for a bit.
Was he?
Yeah, because I think I saw him in another movie. It was like the people who made American Pie when they were just like spitting out
Yeah.
movies like American Pie, Spring
He
20
might have
something.
been just like an extra that.
Yeah,
fell
he was like
through.
one of those. There was one of those road trip movies where he played like a guy who
But
was.
he played the Riddler very well.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! He destroyed that role. As far as and you know what's funny? It's just that role was so well written because he didn't have to be technically in a lot of the movie. When he did show up, he was great, but like they wrote his character were off screen, like what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying because if you realize he doesn't have that much screen time.
No, he
doesn't. But yet it's so well written. It's like that movie was just perfectly casted. I can't wait for the trilogy. Like I can't wait for what comes up next because I wonder if they're gonna do like Star Wars, the original trilogy, where the Empire Strikes Back, where technically that was like it left on a cliffhanger. Han Solo, was what the next movie after that was gonna kind of like touch into. I wonder if they're gonna do that, where the next movie is just gonna kind of tie into the last movie at the end. But I'm wondering what they could do because they have the Court of Owls. They could do. They have Two-Face.
I wish they would do that at the Court of Owls.
They're doing it as a video game, so I'm kind of hoping they maybe don't do that. But I'm like, I also wouldn't mind. If
I
they
like that
did.
whole secret society.
Yeah.
Like
In the comics,
storyline.
it was well written. If you bought the book, didn't you say you bought the book?
No.
Oh
I
no,
didn't.
my brother.
I just I only knew about him through the movie, but I've heard about them too.
Yeah, my brother bought the book, the hardcover. I should see if he has it because I wouldn't mind reading that. Like
I think one of my friends actually borrowed it to me, and I still have it.
It's so well written, and what I love, at least in the comics, is that it pisses Batman off. The fact that, and this just always blows my mind because again, it's always like, oh, who can trump Batman? He's essentially the Goku, the whatever the fuck is. But it's the fact that they have been existing and known about him forever, and he's been Batman for a bit, and he didn't have any clue about them, and that pissed him off, and I love that. I was like, dude, that's fucking.
You don't sneak up on him like that.
No, and that's why I love him. Like, dude, not only did they sneak up on him, a whole organization was just like fully functional underneath your fucking shoes, and you're like, this is my town.
Now, okay, so I didn't watch much of the Ninja Turtles, but I did watch I watched the animated series. But like,
There's a lot of them though.
would you compare that to the Foot Clan
Wait, what
with
do you
Shredder? Shredder's clan, the Ninja Clan.
mean?
It was a
for as far as Court of Owls.
Crime organization.
No, they ain't shit in comparison to Court of Owls. Court of Owls did it successfully for, at this point, it seemed like centuries. Whereas the Foot Clan, I mean, they were like the Power Ranger villains, like the putties, the whatever the fucking things, where they were just like, they were there to get their ass whooped for the most part. There was only a few that stood out, and Shredder. But like, as far as if you really compare it, Court of Owls, I mean, side by side, not the comics Ninja Turtles thing, just did better successfully and was like more lethal and threatening, whereas Ninja Turtles keep beating the Shredder's ass, at least in the medias that they were in. The comics though, those Shredder might be cool. I know. Did you ever see the Batman versus and Ninja Turtles movie?
No,
It's actually
I forgot there was actually one.
Yeah, it was not too bad. It was surprising. And Shredder and Batman, they throw down.
Oh, nice.
That's actually a pretty
That is
like
cool.
you should look. If you don't see the movie, just look up the clip of Batman and Shredder, and it's actually pretty cool. Because who do you think would win?
I would assume Batman.
Yeah, you assume Batman, but it just turns out that
but
Shredder
hold on. That, I mean, Batman doesn't win all the time.
No, he doesn't. So,
but I think that he would. But I can see Shredder
it's a
like
good
maybe
fight,
playing
though.
dirty, maybe.
In your head, it's a good fight though. You can tell, like two master martial arts. Like you can think of it, like that'd be a dope fight, like Deadpool, like Deathstroke and Batman. Or
Honestly, I think I'd just be more excited about the fact that they're from different planes.
Yeah.
They're completely different. They don't really deal with each other. They don't even see each other. Like,
Joker's in it.
Huh?
The Joker's in it.
Oh, nice.
It definitely plays about the Ninja Turtles theme. Like it does the Batman stuff, and then it plays Ninja Turtles thing.
Now, do you remember when they had a cameo in Power Rangers in space.
Yes, that thing was fucking terrifying. Yeah, I re-looked at those like costumes. I love that show. I had the toys for that show all the time.
That was a good series.
It wasn't. Well, I want to rewatch it and kind of ask myself that again because I'm thinking I loved it as a kid, but I love the
it's kind of back to what you just gotta watch it for.
You gotta rewatch it, but I still love the toy. Like the bad guy had he had a Shredder wannabe hat, and he had like a what's the guy from Street Fighter? The three claws Vega. Yeah, he had like a Vega claw thing. He literally looked like a ripped off version of Vega. Now that I look about it, but I loved his toy forever. Yeah, that show was terrifying because I look at the outfits, they're like they look so stupid, but it was a good show. I liked it. It came out with Lost Power Rangers in space.
Power Rangers, okay, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, which is I think my favorite so far.
Jumping from topic to topic here.
and then Power Rangers Turbo, but the movie was not too bad. When you finally saw Jason versus Tommy, again.
Yeah, that's right. He went evil for like a fucking.
And Kimberly versus I forgot her name. The other one that played the Pink Ranger now.
Yeah, that girl was kind of an extra for a bit, but she.
I felt like she stuck around for a bit.
Yeah, she actually went to. I think she led into space.
Yep,
but yeah,
she did.
But she wasn't as popular. But you know what's funny? I think that's the version in the story of Tommy, like that comic book character, and the story. I think that's the person he ends up with, like at the very end of his life.
Okay. Unpopular opinion, I think, when Tommy and the gang, the original Jason, Billy, Adam, Kimberly, when they all finally gave up the mantle to the next group, and I think it was in Turbo? I think it was in Turbo.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think you're right.
It was in Turbo. So then they went into space.
Are you sure? But it wasn't Neo? The one right before that.
What I was gonna say is that I thought the people who took over, I thought they did a good job too.
You know what's funny? In the comics,
I really liked their characters as well.
That was a lie.
It was a lie?
It was a lie.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so obviously the live show that we saw, they retired. Yep. They went to live normal lives. So apparently in the comics, and it's a thing too, I think this is cool. Obviously it's in the comics, so that means they didn't do it. Those three went off to space. They did not retire.
Tommy,
they lied.
Jason, and Kimberly?
Mm-hmm. No, not Tommy and Jason. It wasn't them. I think you're talking about something else. There was another point where they left. There was 3 Rangers that were like OG, and they left.
Okay.
To be normal lives. I think it was the Black Ranger because it was the first black guy. Yeah. Zach. Yeah, his name was Zach. Yeah, he was. He left with Trinity.
That's right.
And I think it was Jason or Billy. One of the two. So those 3 left for the new mantle, and they were the OG ones.
Oh man.
So I think you kind of had it right, but a little confused on details.
Yeah,
so
I did.
When they left, Zordon apparently hired them didn't hire. He was like, "Hey, I need you guys to do something else for me. So they became the Omega Rangers."
That sounds badass.
Yeah, so essentially they're the Green Lanterns of space. Like they
what?
Yeah, once you look at it.
Oh man.
Dude, their outfits.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Their outfits are dope too. But yeah, while Tommy didn't know. Like all of them thought they had went to go live normal lives. I mean, that's why I thought it was like a clever twist to the whatever. Like, so while they were doing that, they were legit in space, like having space adventures and technically lying to their friends. But I mean, they weren't even talking anymore because they're like, "Oh, I'm now in Africa being an ambassador for something." But that's what it was cool. And the Black and Yellow Ranger, they ended up becoming a couple.
Awesome.
I thought it was cool. I was like, dude, you know what? The comics was such a perfect way to continue this shit.
Yeah, dude, that does sound cool. One day maybe I'll look these storylines up because even going down. Yeah, I do follow them, and there's another one that he I think he's called Rob something. He calls like his followers the Rob Corps.
What the fuck? You gotta send me that one. I don't know who he is.
He does what Comic Historian does in a way. He retells stories, but he does it in his He doesn't he's not as like an
audiobook
he's not doing that. He's more of a explaining along the way in a good way.
I know another channel that does it too. It's called Variant. They do the same thing, but I think I might know who you're talking about. I just don't like his format of how he does his videos, but it's nothing wrong with it. He tells the same story, but
there's some interesting story that he does tell through that one, but other than that, that's pretty much my best way of following any comic book. So if anything, I'm just gonna have to log in there. Yep.
I literally the last couple of days I've been reading Comic Story and put a compilation of all his videos together on the Immortal Hulk. Dude.
Oh yeah.
the Hulk has like a bajillion personalities in his fucking body.
Damn, dude.
Like, he actually... You remember the Gray Hulk, like the Red Hulk, all these other Hulks?
Yeah.
Remember Planet Hulk? World Hulk?
I wish they would... Did they ever touch on
yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah, so I literally now have a video where the World Breaker Hulk, the one that was in, like, that planet, the one you saw in Thor Ragnarok...
Yeah, dude.
He is legit an entire personality on his own. And turns out the one that we had seen when we first saw him as a kid, like, he was like, Hulk smash! That is just Savage Hulk, and that is technically one of the strongest personalities he has, because it's like a child. Think of Broly. Can keep raging up.
I have a question after this.
Go. So the Gray Hulk is a gangster personality. He made up in his brain when he was a kid and dealing with, like, he had a terrible childhood, Bruce Banner. So he saw this TV show. Remember how Batman used to see the Gray Ghost? Inspired him to be in a comic... Bruce Banner as a kid apparently saw this old 90s show or this old like crime show and developed a personality, and that eventually became the Gray Hulk when he eventually developed powers. So that's the whole thing. I'm like, it turns out that Hulk has a fuck ton of personalities. Some of them are not
That's a scary thought.
And the fucked up part is, it turns out gamma radiation has a different currency in a different world. So
it's worth?
Yes, that confused me. So let me explain it, because it was super interesting. So you know how gamma radiation is like, oh, gamma radiation, be away, watch out, hazard suit and everything here. Apparently, it also serves as like a power to hell.
Like a power source?
Yes, to hell.
Okay.
Like, somehow it became, like, Thor saw it and was like, it's weird. Somehow you humans might have created your own god. But in this case, a devil. So Thor, who knows about gods, devils, and all that stuff, because that's his realm, essentially Hulk became a man-made hell, a being of godly type stuff. So Hulk apparently always dies. He can die all the time. He can die. He has a personality that is literally immortal. He was in test tubes. His head was here. His lungs were over there. His fingers were there.
He comes back from the littlest amount of material left from him.
And it became his. It's not even fully explained, but there's like think of like the Speed Force, or what is what is it? What does Flash call his thing? Speed Force?
Yeah.
Yeah. So think of something like that Gamma evolved into him. So all those versions you've seen of the Hulk, they're all personalities, and this one little fucking person has to deal with it. I'm like, that's terrifying.
It's like being possessed, man.
Yeah, it is.
All the time.
It really is, and his dad's a huge factor in one of them. I think cause there's a version that essentially they call him Maestro.
Okay.
That's the one where, think of again, Cell from Dragon Ball Z, the very like end of the world, they're all dead. That's the Hulk that rules everything. He's the smartest one of them all. And I think they just wrote a cool one where his origins, but he didn't name himself that yet. That's a what if. But yeah, Hulk is... I just saw more comic story, and so that's why I'm like, holy shit, the Hulk is fucking... The movies didn't touch none of this shit.
Okay, okay. Saitama, One Punch Man, if you guys know that one.
Ooh, I've been keeping up with the manga.
Okay, I was just about to ask. Something crazy I feel like is going on right now, but what I was going to say is like the argument, him versus Superman.
Oh, that's tough. I think Superman will still win.
Yeah?
I think he would still win. I mean, the reason, again, is...
Is it because you know more now?
Yeah. It's well,
okay.
I mean, obviously, how do you make a certain choice when you know more? You're right. But I mean, yeah, you're right. Typically, you're supposed to. I mean, shit still goes right.
That's all canon, though? To whatever we compare it.
When it comes to fucking DC and comics in general,
it's
tough because they say, like, for maybe from the year 2015 to 2019, this is canon. Like, there was a whole Ultimate series of Marvel where there was an Ultimate Spider-Man, an Ultimate... It's nothing, like, whatever. They just labeled this, like, comic book for everything from these years. They're the Ultimate series.
Okay.
Then they reboot it. All right, Thor broke the world. Reboot again. Iron Man is learning to be Iron Man again in 2018. So, like the new 52 of comics. So it's kind of hard to pick out one thing that's like a hard canon for Superman. But generally, based on all of his versions, I think he would still beat Saitama. However, Saitama is a parody character, and you know what that means.
You know, and I feel like I know who could take down him. The little girl from
Dragon Ball?
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, well, she's a parody character too, so
Right.
it's kind of like
they're gag character. It's a gag show. So
I think they did a fight between two parody characters on like that death battle where I think they did Deadpool versus the My Little Pony, who was also a fucking parody character, and I was like, what the fuck is this horse doing so hard? I was like,
I've seen that episode. It's a funny one.
It was hilarious. I was like, dude, that shit's fucking funny. Did you see the funny death battle where they did Nintendo icons? They were doing like a Nintendo spokesman, like think of a mascot. Think of the tire guy who did Michelin tires versus like the pillow or the marshmallow guy brand.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, the Pillsbury. They did something like that where they did like an 80s Nintendo marshmallow.
I wonder if there had to be like some copyright issues for that or something.
No, because that's creative use.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, they could do it. But the thing is, they chose two mascots brand based on commercials. They're like, so this guy can literally go from the Earth all the way to the planet in 0.2 seconds.
Oh wow!
Because of an 80s commercial, and I was like, see, that's where I was like that My Little Pony versus that Deadpool thing. I was like, that's one of those hilarious ones. I was like, that's funny. I wonder who would win. Yeah, I think Saitama would lose though. It's just, but I don't know if she could beat him, the parody character either. Akira Toriyama's like Robot Girl, because it's the same thing.
She punched through
the planet.
She punched. Was it a planet? Or I thought she punched through like a galaxy or something.
No, it was. I think she meant to. She punched Vegeta, and then
she was like,
yep,
and then like split.
It just broke the planet. She's like, whoops.
And that was just going like, huh.
I know,
just a little jab.
That's where I was like, dude, that's kind of tough when it comes to parody characters. But have you been keeping up with the manga right now?
No, dude. I don't watch any of that. I just wait till it's nicely packaged in the movie, you know.
Oh, they're not going to.
For now.
I don't know if they're going to bring the show back, but they should. Because where it's at right now, the original source material, which is a Korean sort of shitty drawn, because the guy couldn't draw. But he had a good story. He just couldn't draw. So that looks like really rough drawings. But they're at that point now in the manga, which means they like the story, so they hired people who could draw to redo it. Essentially Brotherhood and Brotherhood Alchemist, or not Fullmetal Alchemist, and they did Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So they did that. So now it's really cool. Where they're at in the manga, they're twisting some narrative stuff, but it's roughly around the same area. It's fucking sick. Granted, Saitama finally got in the picture to like help out, but up until then, the fights between these side characters were some of the dopest Dragon Ball Z style shit. And like, I was telling, I think you were here for the podcast, they had the Homeless Emperor is a villain.
What?
He has legit, like, he can destroy so many badass heroes in the One Punch world, but his name he's Homeless Emperor. There's a guy who's powerful because of how ugly he is. Oh. I'm not kidding. I was like, dude, that's what makes this show overall just so fucking good. And then Saitama's like halfway across the world because, again, the show would be boring if he was always in it, kind of, because he's always late. But like they went on for years of them like Homeless Emperor fighting S-Rank here, Atomic Knight. Like... just these stupid characters.
How
I'm like,
ugly he is. Oh wow, dude, that sounds.
It's a good manga.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
That sounds like a good one. I think you should watch like a YouTube video of compilating the story, because I think it'd be totally like a good long hour drive just to hear that shit out. But yeah, a lot of shit. I think we did a good podcast because there's gonna be a lot for me to edit.
You know, and with every edit is an improvement.
You know what? That's actually really true. This is gonna piss me off. I bet you by the time I get to this point, like editing, I'm gonna be like, Christian, you should have shut the fuck up about 30 minutes. But it's only because I did. It's only because I'm like, damn it, this was good concept. I'm like, fuck, I gotta clean that up. I did discover a new technique this week with you and me.
Yeah.
That I can apply to. Hopefully, I was hoping the other guys would be here because then I wanted to test it out with them.
Yeah.
Because we still want to test these headphones thing, but yeah, dude, every week I'm getting a little bit better at editing, but it is taking a little bit more time. So. We'll see what happens, but it's still fun.
Yeah, this is episode 12 now,
Yeah,
guys.
we're on episode
We're
12.
getting up there.
Yeah, I don't even think I did a proper intro, so that's fucking hilarious.
You know, and it is, you know, and we can always do a proper outro.
Can we? I don't know.
Let's just...
Can we?
Just hit the button now.
No, or Jonathan does like, this ends now.
Push hit the button.
Now.